Today in my kitchen I will be preparing cappelletti. Cappelletti are a round noodle stuffed with a meat filling, or you can make them with a cheese filling, and served with a chicken broth. They are very traditional in our region of Italy, and I am looking forward to preparing them for you today. They are a delicacy. You'll love them. So stay tuned. Today I will be preparing my cappelletti, the stuffed noodles that are served in a chicken broth. I will begin with my ground beef, which I have already browned, and then I drained the oil. I allowed it to cool, and keep in mind that my portions are smaller because I'm just doing this for the demonstration. The real recipe will be posted at the end of the video. So I'm going to add my ground beef. And then I chopped up some of the chicken that was left from the chicken soup that I made earlier today. So I used some of the chicken breast and I chopped it fine. And I'm going to mix that with the meat. Then I'm going to add Parmesan cheese, ricotta, Philadelphia cream cheese, some lemon rind, and of course salt and pepper to taste, nutmeg to taste, and I'm going to add eggs. Then you mix this all together as so. And you just keep mixing until everything is blended well. And just keep in mind that if you're not going to use this right away, it should be refrigerated. Actually, it's easier to work if you prepare it in the morning and you let it sit in the refrigerator for a couple hours while you're preparing your dough. Then you go get it, and when you're making your little mounds, it's a lot easier to work with. But because of the demonstration today, of course, it's going to be a little bit mushier, but I'm used to it, so I'll be able to do the demonstration just as well. I made my dough as I usually do, and you've seen my other demonstrations. What I did was, I'm using a wooden board because this is Formica and they slide when I go to cut them. So I'm going to be using a wooden board. What I did was I made a long strip of dough and I measured it so that the top will cover the bottom. And I cut it in half. I beat an egg. And with a pastry brush, I'm going to layer the bottom part of the dough with egg. And this serves for making the dough stick together when you close them, so they don't open. I'll do all this. Then with your filling, you make little mounds. Now, like I said, this is a little bit too mushy because I should have refrigerated it, but because I'm doing the demonstration, it's a little bit mushier. But you're getting the idea. This is what you do. You just make your little mounds, as so, all the way across all your dough. Made all my mounds all the way across. Then you'll take your top layer and you'll place it on top, as so. And then you want to form each mound, pressing down on your dough. Then with a toothpick, I poke a hole in each one. And that's to let the air out so that when you boil them in the broth, they don't open up. They stay stuck, closed. Then with my roller, I'm going to cut the excess dough off the ends. Cut the excess dough off. And then with my Cappelletti maker, just squeeze. And then you'll continue this process until you've cut out every single mound. And I also wanted to suggest that these are very hard to find in the United States. You may be able to find them at your local Italian stores. I brought mine back from Italy. These also are Italian pasta cutters. These you might be able to find, and if you can't find the ones with the teeth, you might be able to use like a pizza cutter, anything that would cut. And if you can't make them round, you can always make them square, as so. Okay, these are cooked. Now I want to show you how they look in the bowl. Of course, like I explained before, the round ones are your true Cappelletti. The square ones we improvise because it's hard to find the tool in the United States. But your true Cappelletti will look like this. They're round. Now that I've explained to you that the square and the round, just sprinkle some Parmesan cheese. And this is what they look like. And they're a delicious, delicious soup. I hope you enjoyed the show today. I will see you in my kitchen soon. Thank you very much for watching. From my house to yours, Happy New Year.